No.
Okay. The recording has
All right.
started.
I'm consenting to being recorded.
Awesome.
Yeah, two things actually come to mind that I was thinking about today. The first thing is I want to wake up and kind of have more of a morning routine as opposed to waking up and dragging myself out of bed and rolling into work 10 to 15 minutes late
For sure.
every day,
Yeah.
which is what I've been doing for the past 2-3 months.
Uh-huh.
We can roll with that. We also can roll with I also do want to try and like get a little better handle on my diet and just like being consistent about cooking for myself, eating good food, and
Yeah.
not eating out a lot, but also like not just eating Cliff Bars and oatmeal all day and pretending like that's enough for me to
Right.
for me to sustain my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So take your pick. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about morning routine.
Morning routine. Okay.
Morning routine.
So tell me about your current morning routine.
All right. I'll tell you what happened this morning.
Okay. Yeah.
I told myself last night, I'm like, tomorrow's the day.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna wake up at 8 o'clock. That's nice and pedestrian.
Yeah.
And then what happens is my phone goes off. I immediately snooze it for 15 minutes. And I'm like, 8:15 is plenty of time for me to get ready.
Sure.
And then I inevitably go to 8:20, 8:25, and 8:30 is my hard cutoff.
Yeah.
And so I roll out of bed at 8:30, take a quick shower, find some clothes, and then drive into work.
Yeah.
And then usually I get to work around 9:05, 9:10. And part of it is like nobody cares if I show up at 9:05 or 9:10 or 9:50 or 9 or 10. Like they don't really care, but I'm kind of like I care for some reason. You know, I'm like I should be there. Like I should try and be consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what happened today. I mean, got up, put all my stuff together. You know, didn't pack a lunch. And just kind of rolled in, started working, and got a Costco chicken bake for lunch.
Right.
And then what I call my weekly dose of regret is what I call it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of usually most days. That's kind of how, it's that alarm goes off, snooze it until I'm like, I'm gonna be late, and then I go to bed. And that's what I do.
So, what are the good things about sleeping in?
It's warm.
Uh-huh.
Like getting from the bed to the shower, where the shower's warm and the bed's warm. There's that little in between zone that's a little scary and cold.
Yeah.
What other good things about sleeping in? I mean, I guess I don't necessarily feel like more well rested if I do sleep in.
Uh-huh.
I feel like days where I do get up, at 7 or 7:30 to like go do something fun or go do something like if I go ski or I go climb on the weekend,
right.
Like I can go to bed at 1 or 2 and wake up at 7 and I'm feeling really good. Yeah. Good things about sleeping in. The traffic is a little lighter.
Okay.
If I'm a little later, then that's okay. That's a good thing.
Do you got to go around climbing the mountain to get to work, or?
No, I just zip down from like North Warren to Provo.
Okay.
So I think part of the problem too is like my commute is pretty short.
Yeah.
So I know I can speed a little.
Yeah.
I can get there quick if I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what are the bad things or the negative things about sleeping in?
Negatives I would definitely say are like, I feel like I get my day started wrong. Like I'm not starting with a win.
Okay.
I don't eat breakfast, or like I'll eat a Pop-Tart at the office or something, or
Yeah.
like eat a dry packet of oatmeal.
Yeah.
And then like just that, like I'm in a rush, like and then I feel like I'm kind of foggy. Like I don't really get anything productive done until like the second hour I'm at work.
Sure.
Like yeah.
Okay.
So I'm still kind of like waking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you like to sleep in because it's comfy.
Yeah.
And yeah. And but also and it sounds like you have enough time to get to work, and like there's a lot of wiggle room that you work with there.
Yeah.
But you're not a huge fan of it because you feel rushed in the morning. You might skip breakfast. You might not eat the best breakfast, right? Pop-Tarts or whatever. And then it takes you a little bit to get going at work. And it sounds like you'd rather, get going at home and then go to work and just get right to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you were 100% successful in changing your morning routine, what would life be like for you?
I think it would. I'd probably, well, the ultimate success, I think, is like the building I work in opens at 8.
Yeah.
And I'd get up at 7,
Uh-huh.
I'd do something in the morning, be in by 8, and I'd be out by 4 every day.
Yeah.
Or 3:30 or whenever. And then that gives me like tons of time in the afternoon. It's basically like a weekend every afternoon.
Right.
Like I can go up the canyon and climb, or I can go for hike or whatever. I have all this time, and I kind of get work over with. So if I was totally successful, I would have more time to do the things I enjoy doing. I'd probably be a little better at doing my job because a lot of our people are in the Midwest or on the East Coast, and usually if I come in at 9, my inbox already has 5 or 6 things where and I usually don't get back to them until like noon or 1 o'clock their time. So they've kind of had this, it's been half a day.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he got back to me? But for me, it's been like, I've been here an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how important is it for you to have a morning routine and to wake up around 7?
I mean, it's like a 5, honestly.
Sure. Yeah.
Because there's not really any consequence,
right,
for not having it right now.
Yeah. So why aren't you at a 4?
I think probably because I know, like, it's something that I know I want to work on. And it's like I set my alarm for 7 or 8 every day, right?
Right.
So it's like every night I'm thinking about it when I'm going to bed. I'm like, I'm going to try and get up. I'm going to try and get up.
Yeah.
But then I just, sleep brain takes over.
Sure.
A lot of, so I would say I'm probably not at a 4 because of I know it's a good thing for me.
Sure.
And as opposed to, I don't know. That was a good question. Why isn't that lower? But I feel like if it were an 8 or a 9, I would be doing it, or
Yeah,
10.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And it's you're contemplating it, right? And you're
yeah.
even taking action, right? You're setting your alarm to do it,
Mhm.
just not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you ready to make a goal of some sort for yourself?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
so you are ready to make a goal.
Mhm.
And would you like some advice on how to set a goal, how to like make change?
Sure.
You're open to that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm open to advice.
So I think advice wise, I think it's hard. I think for sleep, I know you've read which you read a book or listened to something recently. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the what's his name? This was like a year ago. I
Yeah.
didn't finish. I read like 2/3. I bought the book because it was about why we dream. Because
Uh,
I have like really vivid, crazy dreams sometimes.
uh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I want to find out a little bit more about this.
Yeah.
But I read the first two parts about like the science behind sleep and
Uh,
like why you feel tired or why you need to sleep.
yeah.
It was pretty good. Maybe I should go home and finish that one. But yeah, I actually tried doing that. Like I tried like to super commit to like 8 hours every night, like shutting my phone off. And
Yeah.
I did it for like 2 weeks and I just felt dead like
Really?
all the time.
How do
Yeah.
you think that is?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it might have been like he talks about in the book, he's like, some people are morning people and
Yeah.
like some people are not morning people.
Sure.
And like we have this kind of, type A personality, morning person, you're successful,
There's a
whatever.
stigma. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, so I kind of was like, I think part of it was sometimes I'll take a little like 30-minute nap after work.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing that because I'm like, I need to get in bed by like 10:30.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take a nap even if I feel tired.
Right.
So maybe I just need to sleep whenever I
Feel
feel
that
like it.
pressure. Yeah.
Enjoy that luxury while I have it.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, actually.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's probably a good idea to, at least right now, instead of shooting for a morning routine, try and shoot for an evening routine. Like you were talking about, like
Mhm.
turning your phone off and then like giving yourself enough time to sleep. I don't know if you've like come across this concept, but we've talked about it. Like I've talked about it with some of my classmates, but like being in bed from 6:30 to 10 or 10:30 to 6:30,
Yeah.
um, that doesn't give you 8 hours of sleep. It
Right.
gives you 8 hours in bed. And
Yeah.
like people vary on the volume of sleep they need, right? I've found that
Mhm.
I'm about if I sleep for 7.5 hours, I feel great. But
Yeah.
that typically requires me to be in bed for eight between 8 and 9 hours,
Mhm.
depending on how well I sleep. So I think
Yeah.
giving yourself more time to sleep is beneficial. And then, yeah, just saying, hey, at 10 o'clock, I'm going to go brush my teeth
Mhm.
and lay down, listen to a podcast or a book on tape or something like that, and allow yourself time.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice, is to start looking at that, looking into a nighttime routine
Okay.
and
That's
see
good
how you feel,
advice.
right? And like, yeah, like if you're totally beat and you're in bed for like 10 hours at night, like
Mhm.
maybe you don't need to sleep for 10 hours or 9
Yeah.
hours or whatever. Those are my
Mhm.
thoughts.
All right.
All right,
Good
so the last
thoughts.
question: is there anything I can do to support you in making changes in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm on Xbox at midnight,
Uh-huh.
you could probably be like, "Hey,
It's bedtime. Yeah.
it's bedtime. Maybe you should go. Maybe not one more round."
Okay.
Yeah,
For sure.
like
I can definitely do that. If we're on,
so.
I'll make sure if it's after 10 o'clock my time. I'll just be like, hey Jacob,
Yeah.
bedtime routine.
If it's a work night. It's
Sure.
a work night.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. All
Right.
right. Sweet,
Well, thanks
sweet.
for letting me practice.
Hey, no problem, man.
I'm gonna stop the recording.